Happy Saturday afternoon. It is Saturday. You know, in our business, a Saturday or a Sunday is the same as every day of the week. There's no such thing as really a weekend when you're in real estate. I suppose it's the same if you're a doctor. But not to worry, I ain't working today. In fact, today I got to the airport early. Wendy is flying over to see her sister, and we wish her a lovely trip over. I know she's landed and she's safe. She went Ryanair. Of course she would be. I don't know exactly where in UK she is, but there you are. Lovely breeze blowing here today. Notice the shirt. Now, I say that because I don't normally buy shirts. Yes, I have a white shirt for, more civil occasions. And I have a white short sleeve shirt, a few of them. But I don't normally buy shirts. I bought two today, one even odder than this one. So I dropped Wendy at the airport and I'm coming back and I thought, well, I'll pop into Dunn's Stores. Now, you do know Dunn's, don't you? Dunn's Stores from Ireland, where better value beats them all every day. Anyway, long and short, oh Jesus, I hate saying that, long and short. But as I got to Dunn's Stores, memories came flooding back. Now, Dunn's was my major sponsor on radio for many years, as was Club La Costa. It used to be called the Dunn's Stores Late Breakfast Show, if you remember, where better value beats them all every day. Anyway, I think I went to Las Vegas, thanks, and did the show from Caesars, sponsored by Dunn's as well as Caesars Palace. Anyway, so I remembered, I sort of ran these sort of fantasies while I was on radio. Sort of weird fantasies, like I had a driver called Pedro. I used to make up all these different names. Do you know, as I'm talking, you might see a reflection of some sort of clothesline. The woman's here that looks after me, she's a wonderful woman, and she's got the washing machine on. And she'd be a bit embarrassed if she walks out here now. Anyway, she's inside. She's keeping quiet. I've locked her in her room, took the key. When I said the woman, I don't mean my woman. I mean a woman who looks after the house and me. Just to get that straight. Anyway, so I fantasized I have a driver called Pedro. And every time I'd finish my radio show, I used to say, this is back in Onda Cero days, I used to say, Pedro's here and I have to leave. And a man, and someone in the studio would put on well, he was Spanish. He said, Maurice, your car is ready. So people, went along with this, that I had a driver. It was all fantasy, of course. Anyway, the Rolling Stones came to town. And I decided they were in Malaga. They actually built a stadium at the Dockland in Malaga for 60,000 people. I don't know if any of you remember that. And so anyway, I took myself along there I was going to take myself along there to have a peep at the Rolling Stones. But I decided I would do it different for my fantasy radio, that I'd fly by helicopter. So the sound effect people in the studio were absolutely fantastic. And I bid the listeners farewell. I said I'd speak to you live from the helicopter and I'll speak to you after the concert and tell you more about it. So whoever took over from me, I can't remember who it was at that time. Maybe it's the late Craig James, the Midnight Man, whatever. He would be, so I'd then come through, and it was wonderful, the sound effects. So they had the voice like, oh, taxi, I guess, as if we're in, as if we're in the helicopter. And then you could hear the rotaries go, and we've taken off, all of that. And he kept saying, how's it looking? And oh boy, Marbella's looking beautiful from the sky. And we're over Port of Banús now. Let's connect with Morris again. Where are you? We're just flying over the Meathouse Mountains. We've landed now in the airport, in Malaga Airport, and I believe Pedro is here waiting for me to bring me to the concert. Anyway, I was going to the concert all right, but that was all recorded beforehand. So anyway, I got there, and Justin had gone ahead of me, and he said he'd left the tickets. So it was like I don't know what you call it, like a little caravan ticket test. There were about 40 to 60,000 people there. And I remember listening to Brown Sugar, the show had started, and I dashed to I said, excuse me, there's a ticket here for me. And the woman said, okay, no problem. And she was going through some envelopes. What's your name again? Bolan. No ticket. I said, no. Sorry. There is a ticket. Absolutely, there's a ticket. Try it again. I'm telling you, sir, there's no ticket. So it's a big bodyguard type guy with a thing here with the Rolling Stones ticket thing, VIP or something. He said, "Can we help you, sir?" And I said, "Well, yes." I said that and told him that the ticket's there waiting. So he went into the ticket office, came out, "Sorry, there's no ticket." So it's okay, come on. I was getting panicky. The brown sugar's going on there, and don't do satisfaction till I get in, type of thing. I said, "Look, have you any children?" He said, "I do." He said, "I've got a son and a daughter." I said, "What age are they?" He said, "They're about 10 or 11. Okay, how would you feel if your son was in there on his own, 60,000 people, terrified? How would you feel? "Oh, gee, I wouldn't be happy." He said, "Okay, well," and then he led me in. But he left me at the back of the 60,000 crowd, and I sort of pushed my way forward. Now, most of them were standing, but there was VIP seating to the side. So I saw the steps of the VIP seating right by the stage, and I walked up the steps. And there was a woman there with a blue top on, and it had Crew in yellow on the back of it. And she said, "Can I have your ticket, sir?" And I said, "Oh, you just saw me go I just went to the toilet. Do you mind?" My family had my ticket, and I waved at this family that were sitting there. There was a little boy there, and he waved back, and she saw that, and she said, "Sorry, go ahead." So I walked. I had to sit beside them for a minute. Here I am in the VIP stand, and I watched the show, and it was fantastic, I must say. It was called Babylon Bridges or something, the Bridges of Babylon, but it was an amazing show. Anyway, getting back to Pedro, my driver, I also filmed a TV show in... I'm laughing because I know the end of this. I filmed a TV show in Dunnes Stores called Supermarket Dash, I think. Have you seen it on television? It's on now. Not my show. It's Supermarket something. And you have to get trolleys and you fill them up as quick as you can, and who's got the most trolleys. And I remember coming around the corner, I'm sitting in someone's trolley. It was all very good fun, and it was for a TV show for whatever. Anyway, when the show was over, there was prizes to be given out, and at that time the cafeteria was at the very front of Dunnes Stores. And I got up on the table to talk, to get ready to give out the prizes, and someone says, "Where's your chauffeur?" Oh, I said, "He'll be here shortly." Now, I swear this is true. Behind Dunnes Stores, I didn't know this, there's a mechanic shop that looks after these limousines, and it's probably well gone now. And this black stretch limo came by slowly. Seeing the crowd, the driver almost stopped. And one of them said, there's Pedro," and you had like 100 people all waving at the driver through the window. The driver must think it was a nut house and all these, and he waved back. And off he went, and I said, "Yeah, he's just going to park the car." From that moment on, Pedro was real. I haven't got a clue who that guy was. But I must say now, I'm proud to be Irish. I must say that the clothes in Dunnes Stores, I don't know the exact story, not the exact story, but old man Ben Dunn, they're from Cork, and he used to work in M&S, Marks and Spencer's, and he opened a store, probably not accurate this, but he opened a store opposite Dunnes Stores in Cork, and he called it Dunnes Stores, opposite Marks and Spencer's. Dunnes Stores were better value. They love that better value because it is amazing value. Honestly, the quality of the clothes and the pricing of the clothes. Now, this beautiful shirt, you see it? I'm going to model. Well, I'm not going to get up and turn around, but shirt, €15. Do you know that I went the other day to McDonald's with Bradley and Jaden, and my bill was €18. But the 8 is gone. This beautiful shirt and another. I spent €50 there today. I bought 2 shirts. I don't shop in Dunnes normally, but why not? Because it's not near where I live. But 2 shirts, a very nice polo shirt, light blue, turquoise, beautiful one, and a leather belt, very nice with a lovely buckle. Not a buckle like Elvis wears, a normal buckle. And my bill was €50 for the lot. 2 shirts, polo shirt. Not only I buy a polo shirt, which is maybe a branded polo shirt, it can cost me up to €100. And here we were, all this stuff for €50. You think I'm advertising Dunnes? Well, I am. They deserve it. If you haven't been to Dunnes, their homeware is fantastic. They don't do food as such nowadays. They don't do food. But I went to the very nice little cafe there to have a coffee. And as I was going, there was a little queue to go in. There's a shelf, a few shelves there. And on it had some Irish Barry's tea, Irish porridge. And it had Fray Bentos. I should have brought it, Fray Bentos. Do you remember the steak and kidney pie, the mince pie? Do you remember them? The tin, Fray Bentos, €2. And I bought it. I don't want to do it. I haven't had that 50 years. But there you are. It was a lovely experience. So it makes you think, here's an Irish company. They're huge. They've got 4, I think, in Spain, if I'm right. Leo, don't kill me if I got it wrong, but they've got this is the bypass Fungarola, in Las Rampas, in Fungarola, in Malaga near the train station, and in Vélez Malaga as well. 4 major Duns. And honestly, the quality of clothing, I think I have a pair of jeans from Duns, it must be 20 years old. And there's like, top quality. So I'm very proud. But I'm also so very, very proud of anything that has this sort of success that Duns has got over the years. I think they're in Glasgow. But also we must remember Primark. And I have a sort of an association with Primark. No, they were never my sponsor. Maybe they should become. Maybe they're the person to sponsor my broadcast. We'll see. I'm having a thought. But Primark, an Irish company, and the sort of association I have in Primark, my father, as you know, a million times, I keep saying, was a doctor, and he had a working class practice. And one of his families were the Frayne family, with 2 beautiful daughters. One of them went on to become Miss Ireland. At the same time, a young man called Galen Weston was studying in Dublin. I think he went to Trinity, and he met this beautiful Hilary Frayne, and they got married. Now, they got married in England, and I believe Hilary's father wasn't alive. And my father, being the family doctor, was sort of tradition. She asked him, would he give her away, which I'll show you a photograph on this when I'm finished. Of course, he said he would. He said, don't worry, I'll pay for my own airfare and what have you. Fiddling with your hair is blown everywhere. Vanity. She said, no, we can. He had no idea she was about to marry one of the wealthiest families at that time in Great Britain, Canada, and other countries, the Westons. They owned everything. They owned Tate and Lyle, is it sugar? They owned the cigarettes companies. They owned. In fact, they ended up buying Fortnum and Masons and Selfridges. Anyway, when they got married, I met the father, Garfield Weston. He was over in Dublin, and he came to our house for dinner. And he gave for a wedding present to Galen. I hope I got this right, but not, you can sue me. He gave Penny's supermarkets, not J.C. Penney. No, it's just local Penny's supermarkets. And that is where the seed for the growth of Penny's, he built Penny's. It was as a supermarket. And from there, that was the seed for Primark, which is now taking the world by storm. And if you've never been to Primark, there's one in La Cañada, and there's one, funny enough, behind Dunnes Stores in Fungarola, on the Fungarola bypass. I can't remember the name of the centre. I want to give them advertising. Why not? They're Irish. So 2 very, very big Irish brands doing so well down here. Anyway, look, have a great weekend. I might come on camera tomorrow, for those of you who can bear it, with the other shirt, which is quite funny. I don't know what you call it. It's what you call a shirt that woodcutters wear. I've seen loads of people wearing them in all different stripes, blues or reds and blues, and reds mainly they have. Well, I bought one in pinks. I love pink. So we'll try that tomorrow. Anyway, shall we try the hat? Did I tell you? Oh God, come here. What did I tell you? I don't know if I told you this, but I was in the pharmacy in Guadalmina. And yesterday it was, and I was standing behind some woman, a nicely dressed woman, I'd say in her 60s. She was her back to me. And she slowly turned around with no expression whatsoever. And she said, The hat suits. And she turned back again. I just said, thank you. So a couple of days ago, one of my video chats, I'd put a hat on. I'd never worn a hat before and asked you very kindly what you thought about hat or no hat. And I think the majority went for hat. But this woman obviously seen it on my Facebook. She doesn't look like the Facebook type, but what does a Facebook type look like? There she is in the pharmacy and she just turned around without an expression. The hat suits and turned back again. I leave you with that. Have a wonderful evening. And do you know, if you don't like sport, you're really buggered up with TV at the moment, aren't you? Tennis one moment, football the next moment, tennis one moment, football the next moment, horse racing on. Anyway, I'm sure most of you have Netflix or the Magic Box as well, where you can watch all the other programs. So have a wonderful time. More important, stay safe and let's pray for peace. So that's more or less it. I'll speak to you shortly.